Good. How are you? Good.
You got a new shirt?
Got a new shirt. Actually, there's a fan from China made this shirt. Not even going to try and remember what this said, but they got a really, really nice picture on the back with the lighthouse and everything else. So, I'd like to thank them for the design. Think I'm gonna have a different shirt on every day this week. Show the support of the fans. You know, we appreciate them. So. It's pretty cool, actually. I like the shirt.
How do you get hooked up with the fans? Does that?
You know how you just wake up sometimes, stuff just falls in your lap? It's kind of like one of those things.
How has been the uptick in reps in the backfield? How's that been for you?
For me?
Yeah.
Coming off a year off is like, whoa. But, you know, it's kind of like one of those things. I was actually laughing about James with this after the game. It's like, you never stop. You never forget how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
You know, I've been doing it for this long and had so many great teachers. And like, for me, I go back as far as Danny Woodhead, who actually taught me third down stuff, and then Shane Vereen, and then pulling double time with James, and then just sitting there and watching James do his thing and kind of just trying to, you know, mimic it as best as I can, because one thing I cannot do is imitate either one of those guys. And even before them, I still had Kevin Falk coming around and dropping little gems every now and then. So I've had awesome people in front of me, great examples, great examples of men just going out there and doing their job. So, you know, I'm taking it day by day, getting back into the swing of things. You know, still trying to continue to have fun. So that's kind of the biggest part for me.
Brandon, has your practice day changed or evolved a little bit with James being out and you seeing more time with the offense, or is it roughly the same?
It's roughly the same. Once we go out to practice, it's kind of, nothing kind of stops. My heart's still beating from practice earlier. So kind of just go at it. Yeah, it's an uptick in reps offensive-wise, but I will say this about special teams. I know everybody doesn't think that's a big part of the game, but that's probably the best conditioning tool for anybody playing in the league. Running as much as we do and then just kind of being thrown in the offense is kind of like, all right, cool. This is what you guys be doing when I'm taking a break on special teams. So just getting back into the swing of it. Like I said, taking a full year off of football, period, just getting back into football it was tough the first couple of days, and now at this point it's almost like I'm back on autopilot. So I feel like I'm back into the swing of things.
Your heart's still beating from practice. Is that because you guys were in pads? Is that just Wednesdays? Why was that?
That's just Wednesdays, and that's just my normal workload, just going from this drill to that drill, this team to that team, then turn around and have to do some more stuff at the end just to make sure you stay in shape. You know, you don't want anything to fall off. So just kind of staying on top of myself, holding myself accountable. So you want a good heart rate coming out of a Wednesday practice.
What was it like having Jamie bounce around the locker room again?
It's like I lost one friend and I got another one back. So it's been great. Missed him to death. We stayed in touch pretty much. We always stayed in touch. Jamie's been like a little brother to me. Great to have him back, and we'll see how that goes.
Brandon, when you talk about learning from Shane and Danny, Kevin, you're a guy that the coaches obviously trust with pass protection. It's going to happen for a long time. And all the things that go into running back play. Do you find yourself now trying to impart in Ramondre and JJ those things that you learned from the guys that you took from them?
Oh, most definitely. Look, this is not like no hidden secret book that we have laying around. Like, if it's anything that I can see that you maybe didn't see, or if it's any trick that I learned from those guys and the coaches don't quite hint on it, they hint on it, but they don't quite give it to you fully, yeah, I'm going to pull you to the side and was like, hey, this is what they mean, or this is what they're looking for, because that's how I was taught. Like I said, I had a great group of guys in front of me, and they pulled me out of a lot of bad meetings. You know, hey, B, you should have been looking at this, and in my head, it's like, you didn't coach me to do that, but then they come in and it's like, hey, this is what they're looking for. That makes sense. So, you know, you had guys like that, and I'm the same way. Like, they didn't hide or keep anything from me, so I'm not going to hide to keep anything from these young guys. I'm going to try to give them everything they can to succeed because we're a team. And the only way that I would succeed or any player in that locker room will succeed is if we all succeed together. So
Right.
I'm not holding anything back.
Brandon, I apologize. You mentioned earlier you speak still with James White. How's he doing? How are his spirits? Kind of what's his mindset?
James is James. For the most part, the worst part about his day is he can't move as much as he would like. His wife is keeping him on bed rest, which is good for him. But I'm not going to say he's enjoying it, but we're keeping him up with everything. If something funny happened in me, like he's very active in the group chat, especially not being around, just like I was last year. So we have a great time. It's almost like he's there, but he's not fully there. But, you know, like I said, he's missed. He's doing good as far as I know, waiting on whatever type of protocol thing they got going on so we could go see him, you know, just to let them know we're still thinking about him and everything else.
Who's in that group chat? Is it just the running back room, or?
Just the running back room. And then it depends on which group chat you're talking about because each year we have a different, like we still, me, LG, Dion, and James still have our group chat. Me, Shane, Red, and Danny still have our group chat. And then, yeah, that was James' rookie year with Shane. So it depends on what year and which group chat you're talking about. We still got Sony in our group chat. So, you know, we all stick together. You know, I will say this, like out of every room that I've seen in here, the running backs have been the tightest, and it doesn't matter how long you're here or how long you're gone. Like, you're still a Patriots running back at the end of the day. We still talk to Mike Gillislee and everything. So, you know, all those guys.
How many group chats do you have, and do you have time to do anything else?
So you got to think, I'm playing offense and special teams, so I'm in a lot of group chats. A lot of different group chats at that. But it is hard to keep up with because, like I said, it's me and James in some, and it's me and Damian in some, and it's me and JJ and Ramondre in some, and it's me and Slater and a few of them, and James might be in that one. So it's a lot to keep track of, but like it's a great group of guys in every single one, and it's the funniest thing to walk away from your phone and come back and they have been texting for all of 12 minutes, but you got 106 text messages. So you can imagine the jokes and how long it's just, you just got to catch up and try to get a joke in before everybody goes to bed or something like that. But we have a great time, but like I said, it's a lot. But like I said, it's a way for all of us to kind of keep each other, you know, up in good spirits. Like he asked about how James was doing. It's like that's the most we can do right now. Because, you know, last thing I want to do is get cussed out by James' wife for calling him too late, you know, checking on him and stuff and getting out of practice and all that. So the group chats is
Isn't that the great part about being on a team? Like that right there, what you said?
Yeah, that is the best part. And even when it originally happened, I thought that was one of the cooler things to see a few of the Saints players like even come make sure he was all right. And like me and Damian were the first two over there. By the time the cart came, half the team was already on the field. And, you know, half the team caught him as he was going off. So one thing about being a football player and being in this locker room is, you know, we're one big family, and that one hurt everybody. And like I said, much love to James, much respect for James and everything else. But that's like my little brother, so that one kind of hurt me too.
Brandon, just kind of in this mentoring vein, is there any sort of like veteran wisdom you can give Ramondre and JJ after they have early season fumbles?
Oh yeah. Blank happens. You know, this is a long season. This is not going to be your last year because of this one time you made a mistake. Keep your head up and just remember everything that you've been taught and everything that the coach has been teaching you. Head up, let this one hurt. Remember how it hurt. Put your head down and get back to work, and everything will work out on its own. So we'll see how that goes. But both of them are very strong ball carriers. They wouldn't be here if they weren't. So, you know, just you know, big brotherly advice, best I could give them, you know, at this point. I can't do it for them. That's something they got to do for themselves, and I think they're ready to do so.